Chris Humphries has checked in for Nene. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Jared Dudley. And Gary Neal subbed in for Bradley Beal. Chicago also making some changes. Duncan, he's checked in for Reed. And it's Klay Thompson in for Rivers. Gortat dishes to Humphries. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Tim Duncan picks one up. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Chicago?
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Chicago making a switch here. Hall's checked in. He dishes it to Davis. Gortat with the steal. And here we go. Washington fast break. Pass to Neal, and there's the feed to Humphries. There's Porter with the 3. No good. Great D that time from Durant. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Here's Davis. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Another trip to the stripe for him, and I tell you what, a little bit of a different feel here in the second quarter. A little more banging going on.
Man, and it's really served them well. Seeking out the contact you mentioned and putting pressure on the defense.
Washington trails by 17. Here's Wall. 1:03 left in the first half of the game. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Chicago. Wall's gone just 1 of 5 from the field. It's Thompson off the drive. No luck. And Washington the other way now. Outside, Wall. Humphrey sets a pick for Wall. Duncan brings the double team. Here's Humphries. And an air ball on that one. Way off. Chicago leading by 17. Thompson passes to Davis. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. DeRozan against Porter. Shot clock at 6. Now DeRozan. Thompson inside the line. And again, no good by Chicago. Here's Wall. No good off the front iron. And Thompson kicks to Duncan. From the baseline. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Chicago leads by 17. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
Checking out the group for Stan Van Gundy to start the second half. They've got Anthony Davis. Steph Curry's out there with DeRozan. Then it's Reed, and it's LeBron in at the small forward. Washington trails by 17. Outside, Wall. Nene, the screen. Beal from long range. Chicago grabs the miss. Davis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Fast break, here comes Chicago. A nice shot by Reed.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Now here's Wall. 5 points in the game. Here's Nene. And again, Washington no good. Chicago leading by 19 points. It's DeRozan with the drive. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 8 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Sound offensively, really no other way to put it here in the second half.
there's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
Washington calls timeout. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
He's dialed in from long range. They got to stay in his hip pocket and deny him the catch.
DeRozan against Wall, and it's blocked by DeRozan.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Here is Wall, following the basket by LeBron James. Nene with the screen on DeRozan. And here's Wall outside, offensive rebound.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
Curry against Wall. Curry's shot is off.
Can't connect there, but still a red-hot start to the half, hitting 4 of their first 5 field goal attempts.
Dudley's shot is good.
Timeout call.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. And Washington making a change here. Oubre's checked in, and Chicago also making a switch. Rivers, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. Curry kicks to Davis. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And that's miscue number 2 for them tonight. On the whole, they've been doing a great job of taking care of the basketball.
Yeah, there's a reason, Greg, they've held on to this lead. I mean, being very cautious and controlled with their passing and execution offensively.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Davis. Wall, LeBron with the block.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Oubre with the steal. Outside, Wall. Looking to end his cold spell. The 10-footer. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And it's 6 points for Nene.
Great rise and dime there. He changed gears in midair to make the assist.
Beal against Rivers. To the inside, stolen by Dudley. Beal dishes to Wall. Again, the miss by Wall.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Washington trails by 19. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Here's Dudley. And it's Rivers with the rebound. Here's Chicago. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. It's Beal on the wing. He's guarded by Rivers. Beal can't get it to go.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Chris Humphries has checked in for Dudley. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Oubre. Gary Neal's checked in for Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Chicago. Paul comes in for Steph Curry. That's tipped. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Paul with the ball. Good, and the assist goes to James. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Chicago.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Chicago making a switch here. DeRozan's checked in.
DeMar DeRozan.
.132 left to play here in the third. Neal passes to Nene. Goes up the baseline. Here's Humphries. And again, Washington no good.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it, and that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter. Durant kicks to LeBron. Back to Durant. Outside DeRozan.
They haven't had as much success here in the second half from the three-point line, but that hasn't kept them from staying on the lead. They've missed more three-pointers this half, but they're still in good shape.
Gortat's checked in for Washington. And Chicago also making a switch. Davis is checked in. A difficult situation for Washington. 55 seconds left to play in the third.
Yeah, foolish play. He's got to be thinking out there.
Which he clearly wasn't on that play. Or maybe he was thinking just about something other than basketball.
Well, speaking of thinking, back home, guys, we call that a good old-fashioned brain freeze.
Here's Durant. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with two hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but, again, no need on that one.
Now here's Sessions. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Porter, no luck.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
But they'll get another chance. And DeRozan kicks to Reed. And now here comes Neal, leading the break. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to... the line for one more.
Fire that pass down the court, guys. I mean, that's the best way to keep the fast break moving.
Washington shooting their fifth free throw of the game here. Here's DeRozan. 8 points for him. It's Davis with the drop. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Yeah, he's spoiling us, Greg. I mean, this just another fantastic dime dropped right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
And he drains the three, but let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time, the replay leaving little doubt.
But to me, it's worth being certain, and that's why we have replay to get these big calls right.
And they've overturned the call. The replay was conclusive, and that one's going to count.
And, Kevin, an example of why it's good to have replay. I don't know what kind of impact it'll have on the final result, but you always want them to get every call right.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. We've got Oubre. Gary Neal is out there with Ramon Sessions. Then it's Chris Humphries. And it's Gooden in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Sessions against Rivers. Fires, high post, and he gets it to go. And Chicago has possession. And George, here we go. Back to Duncan. Rivers dishes to Duncan. Thompson for the triple. George passes to Duncan. Outside, George. The three. Good.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
Here's